Good evening, everybody. It's really a great pleasure to open this workshop on, as we saw, on a wireless radiation, or in a more, let's say, formal way, on thinking on policy and the connection between human health in general and the real world. So let me introduce myself. I'm Michal. Linial. I'm a professor of neuroscience and biology in training, and in the last, 20, 30 years, I'm also deep in computational biology and the head of the program of computational biology in the Hebrew University. And in the last 4.5 years, I'm the director of this very important institute, which is called, as you can see, Israel Institute for Advanced Studies. So let me just take a few minutes. I know that we are all after a nice reception, but I want to take a few minutes really to tell you a little bit, of the history for 1.5 years of how this event, important event of workshop, has been crystallized. So it's all started by, I would say, a corridor chat with a few people that are sitting here. I won't mention anyone in name, not to embarrass anyone, but the idea was really to try and see whether the Institute for Advanced Studies, as a national institute, can take not a side, but take a stand in trying to open a workshop, a discussion forum in which experts, hopefully, that covers the entire range of ideas and knowledge, let's say, will come here, and for a couple of days we'll focus extremely deeply on this very important topic that is, from my perspective, very important for health issues as a society. And that was the initial phase, and of course I got completely engaged with the idea of having an expert consortium to discuss those issues, and that was 1.5 years ago. It took quite a while to try and see, and I must say that as an open question, whether the institute, this Israel Institute, is the right format in order to do this event. And I must say that I'm very happy that finally I was able to convince the academic committee and so on that it's important not only to stay with the purely heuristic academic discussion that we have day and night, but actually to outreach a little bit to the public and to what I believe, and I think everybody in the room believes, that there are extremely important issues to discuss. So this was why at all we got involved in this, hosting this special event. The second things that I want to say loud and clear is that usually it's completely out of the main focus of the Institute. And let me take 2 minutes to say what the Institute is all about, because probably many of you never heard about it, and this is something for us to work harder so that everyone, definitely in Israel, but also in abroad, will be aware of what is the potential of this place. And I want to talk not exactly on what we are doing, that you can read in our web and so on, but what's the potential of this place, which is a very, very special place. So let me just take a minute, because I think it's an opportunity. There are people here from abroad, from many different elements in the different communities that can spread the news. So the idea is very simple: to become a place where good ideas are planted. That's all. That's in the policy. Actually, this is the only bylaw of this place. Plenty of good ideas, and maybe even changing paradigm, and maybe as an outlook. But the idea is to have a place in which, with an extremely good and supportive atmosphere, people from all over the world, and I'm saying all over the world because the main activities in this institute is the convening of research groups that can come and try to get one topic and to work on it in a continuous manner from 3 months, 5 months, 1 year, 10 months. This is the essence of the place. was founded in 1975 by the Rothschild family with partnership of the Hebrew University of Jerusalem. And from that time, 75, which means 43 years, this bylaw remains with no change. Planting of good ideas and having the best people in the world coming here and stay with us for a couple of months, usually. And by that, we don't ask them to write papers. We don't ask them to write books. We don't ask them, but we expect that if indeed something happened during this informative few months in which people from Israel and from abroad sitting together as a research group, sitting and eating lunch every day and having a lot of activity together, they, weekly seminar, 2 weekly seminar, and so on, something will come out so that indeed within 2 years or within 3 years or within 1 year, things will be changed. And indeed, over these 40-something years, we have an unbelievable success stories of groups that change completely the paradigm and the state of mind of. And indeed, why I'm telling you all this? Because this is something that we ask people to apply. So it's not like a pre-selected topic, but if people have these amazing topics that they want to research, this is the place. And indeed, we are doing quite a lot of other things. And I just want to sum up and say that the entire organization and the entire support on having this event comes with the fantastic support of our team, the IIS team, in which really is led by Iris Avivi, that is not here right now, but with the complete team of the conference meeting. And you have met many of those people or some of those people. I really hope that you are going to have a fantastic few days of work. The format of this event is extremely interesting and unusual. I mean, workshops, open tables, and so on, which I really support, and I think it will be great. And from the 1 hour discussion with some of you, I already know that it will be an exciting event, which I hope something can be crystallized later as, and to have some continuation maybe in the future, maybe not in so far future. So by this, I would like to thank you again for coming from Israel, from abroad, from different disciplines. And I would like to invite Richard to say a few words and to continue the, let's say, academic part of it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Michal. This usually is an opportunity. Okay. Is this better? Oh, good. Again, I think it's an opportunity to thank Michal and her staff. As she said, this started a year and a half ago as an idea, and it blossomed very quickly. I just want to remind everybody, one of the ideas behind it, Michal, was this report that was published by the National Institutes of Environmental Health in the United States. And that's what triggered this event. And therefore, we put on the agenda the big question that we want to discuss. And that is a major event in the United States, research was done, what should be our reaction to this message? And I think that's on the table, and I'd like to, at the conclusion of the conference, come back to that. That's a clear message that we all have to discuss. We cannot ignore that report. We have to relate to it. The second thing is that we would like to create something out of this, possibly an institute or a think tank or something that could come out of this, these ideas that we've been toying with. So I tonight have no speech to make. I never make speeches. I like to tell jokes, but I'm not doing that tonight. So I'm going to introduce Deborah Davis, who you all know anyway. I'm holding her book, her latest book. And Deborah herself is famous. She's famous because it's not just the research. It's the power, it's the energy, and it's that push that she puts behind everything that gave her name. So Deborah, come on up, and if you don't mind introducing the people who come after you, 2 people who are not here tonight, unfortunately, and Linda Birnbaum could not come. She a death in the family, and she turned around and went right to the funeral. And Sergio Bergman is from Argentina, could not come either because of complications in Argentina.
Indeed, but he will be with us by telecommunications, and we thank Dr. Birnbaum for sharing her slides with us, and Dr. Ron Melnick, who in fact helped to design the study for the National Toxicology Program, was is going to be able to present those slides that Dr. Birnbaum gave us. I want to also make sure that you all have materials that she provided and that we're providing for you when you depart. We'll make sure that you have those. We're here today talking about wireless radiation and health, and I think we are in the midst of a paradigm shift, which we'll know better once it's already completed, insofar as there is a revolution in understanding the body electric, and the fact that the body is electric, that we live or die by virtue of having a heartbeat and a brain that works, and therefore the question is, what is the role of other factors that affect the body? And we're going to talk about the big picture here.